Can you just take us through the last possession? It looked like you almost called timeout a couple times.
Yeah.
Why didn't you? And then, why didn't you?
Yeah, I trust, these guys have been together for so long. I really prefer the scramble situations at the end of games where a defense can't, get set up and make subs and, and so this is one that, it keeps you up at night, But we got to the picture we wanted. We got the Steph Draymond pick and roll at the top. We had good spacing. I thought maybe we were going to get Draymond on the roll with the spacing on either side and get a good shot because they doubled Steph, and but he didn't. Yeah, could have taken a timeout, and that's it's always a difficult decision down the stretch. But I've seen those guys convert in that situation a million times, and like I said, we got to the picture we wanted eventually, just didn't pan out.
Hey, Steve, it seemed like J.K. caught the ball just crossing half court there and might have had a lane to the rim. Did you think that maybe the guys were a little too...
I'm sorry, say it again?
It seemed like on that final possession after Herter missed those 2 free throws, Clay got the rebound, pitched it ahead to J.K.
Yeah.
J.K. caught past half court. It seemed like he might have had a lane to the rim as the Kings were getting back. Do you think maybe you guys might have been a little too deferential to getting the ball to Steph there?
I haven't seen the play yet. I haven't watched the replay. But J.K. he's a young player. He had a phenomenal night tonight again. This is just a string of great games from him. And so, we went to him the possession before down on the block. And so he's really earning, the trust of his teammates. And he's getting better and better. So, I haven't watched that play. There's always stuff you could have done, this or that, but he was phenomenal tonight.
And you're happy with them getting to the 1-5 pick and roll with Steph and Draymond?
Yeah, I mean, that's, we've been doing this for a long time, and those guys know exactly, what we're trying to accomplish. And like I said, you get the defense scattered. Maybe the time to take the timeout would have been earlier when we didn't have the spacing, maybe, 12, 13 seconds left. But once we got the ball out to Steph and Draymond stepped into the pick and roll, I like that picture, and that's kind of, what we've done for a long time. And like I said, they made a good defensive play, and, they deserved the win.
Steve, it looked like Steph, wasn't sure what he wanted to do, step back, pass. Is it odd to watch? I mean, there's been a lot of games where your star players, your guys that won championships, have made mistakes down the stretch. Is it odd to watch? Do you figure it'll click at some point like it always has, or is something just different about them and maybe this year, maybe the league or whatever?
Honestly, the difference is every game is close now. I think in the past we had plenty of games like this where we miss a shot at the end or don't execute, but because every game is tight and our record is what it is, I think there's just a spotlight on every single late game situation. And I think we've still, played more clutch games than any team in the league. And so when we don't convert, it's just exposed because it's, we are where we are and we're, trying to fight our way into the playoffs. And but we, those type of situations in the past, we didn't always convert. We had plenty of nights where we didn't execute and, came out on the wrong end of things.
Steve, what do you think about the way J.K. has been earning his teammates' trust? You don't have a new career high without, guys wanting to get the ball to you, knowing that you're a player who's going to attack, and then maybe earning your trust as well, having him in that closing unit.
Yeah, J.K.'s, like I said, he's been fantastic. I think the last couple of weeks, it's the best I've seen him. I think it's the most calm I've seen him out on the floor. He's limiting his defensive mistakes that he was making earlier in the year. And because of all that, he's earning all these minutes, and it's really exciting to see J.K. continue to get better and better.
How big a problem was Barnes tonight, and what could you guys have done better on him?
Harrison was great. He got off to a good start. I thought their start, they scored 40 in the first quarter, was the key to the game because, they really executed. They got some open looks. Harrison got a couple wide open threes, and so once he got rolling, and he's coming off a 30-point game last game, so he's hot right now. But he was the key to the game for them.
Yeah, there was even a couple possessions that looked like Dario went under a screen. Kuminga late, I think, end of the third quarter, left Barnes. It seems like there's still kind of those defensive breakdowns. Obviously, their point total's high, but are you still kind of seeing that with this team, even though Draymond is back?
Yeah, what I told the team at halftime was that, this is the modern NBA. Everybody's scoring 120 to 140 points every night, it seems like. And so the mistakes that you make now are exposed because everybody's scoring so much that you just have to limit the mistakes. You're not going to get away with missing a rotation, not boxing out, getting back cut. You got to eliminate every easy point possible. And I didn't think we did that in the first half. Those same mistakes 5 years ago in the NBA, it's not nearly as penalizing. It's the way the game is played, the way everybody shoots it and spaces the floor, the way it's officiated. You just cannot afford to make defensive mistakes.
31 minutes for Draymond tonight. Just what is he unlocking on that end of the floor, and is it time for him to return to the starting lineup?
Well, he changes our defense for sure. When he's out there, he's causing havoc and guarding pick and roll, and he's a dominant defensive player. And obviously, we need that desperately. Our defense the last few weeks has really struggled. So it's great to have him back.
Coach, you had a few different lineups out there, and at points, Sac kind of got a lead. And it seemed like that Pods, Kuminga, Dre, Steph were all out there together. At one point it was Corey, at one point it was Wiggs with them. Which lineup did you like the most out of, the entire game? Which lineup? You said you wanted to kind of shape up with the version of yourself that you're going forward with this year.
Yeah.
When you think back outside of the loss, what lineup did you like the most?
Well, I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing with J.K. and Wiggs together. They struggled together earlier in the season, but we're trying to streamline some things and getting them out there with Draymond, Steph, and then either BP, Clay, Dario, so that we have the extra shooter and playmaking. That lineup was good tonight. It was good last night too. Thanks.
Cool.